Aaliyah, Rose, Brian, Darren, and Ulysses. Thank you for holding down the fort.
So her surname, her real name wasn't even Harriet Tubman at first. The name she was born with was Araminta Ross. They call her Minty for short. So, of course, you know the whole spiel. She was a slave, whatnot, whatnot. So, at one point in her life, she encountered something going on with another slave, and a slave was trying to run free away from a slave master, and the slave master was like, "Get that nigga!" And Harriet did not get that nigga. So the slave master threw a 2-pound weight at Harriet's head. It was really supposed to hit the other guy, but it accidentally hit her, and it caused her to have a really bad head injury, and she got epilepsy. So she would have seizures and little episodes and stuff like that. And she said during her episode, she had psychic visions of being free. And that is how she knew she could escape. And the thing back in the day was like, for Black people, escaping was not something that was possible in their mind. Like, it wasn't like, I hate this shit, I can't keep coming. Like, it's not like you come clocking into work and you know you hate your job, but you finna go the next day. Like, it's not that kind of situation. It's mentally, escaping was not something that they were capable of, or they didn't think they were capable of.
Tie a small rope around the baby's leg, tight enough that it can't break free. Now, the elephant pulls and tugs for days, but the rope holds tight. Eventually, the baby gives up. But once the elephant is fully grown, they still tie it up. And even though it's now strong enough to snap the rope with ease, it doesn't. It stands there, bound up like it was when it was young. You see, it still believes that the rope is stronger than him, meaning what's holding it back isn't the rope, it's just the belief that breaking free is impossible.
From there, she would have visions, and she knew she could escape. She knew. She put her mind to it, and she put her money where her mouth is, and she did the thing. So she left, and she conducted down the Underground Railroad. She went and she left. And she said, I wanted to be free. She couldn't leave her family and her 80 brothers and sisters. So she went back and she went and got her brothers and stuff like that. But mind you, she did have a husband. She had a husband, and the husband's name was Tubman, and her mom's name was Harriet. So that's where she got Harriet Tubman. She took her mom's name and she took her husband's name, and she made Harriet Tubman. Miss Harriet T. Miss Harriet T with the shits. So she went, saved all her brothers and sisters, led them to freedom, and overall she took about 13 trips there and back, crossing her Underground Railroad, helping people, and she freed at least 70 to 80 people. The whole, like, freeing 300 people is true to an extent, but not really. Her herself, like, going to the Underground Railroad, crossing it, go getting people and taking them back, she only saved about 70 people, which is still a lot, because half you niggas couldn't even save yourself. So for her to save 70 plus people, leading them to freedom, like, you're a bad bitch. Like, you're that bitch for real. At one point, she went back to get her husband because she did not take her husband the first couple of trips, which would definitely make me feel some type of way, because if my husband went and escaped to freedom, why would you not take me with you? Why would you leave me here? So anyway, she went back to go get her husband while the husband was married to a new bitch. But even then, Harriet was still like, I'm gonna take both of y'all with me. Her husband was a free man, and she was a slave. The husband was like, no, I'd rather stay here with my new wife. Okay, whatever, fuck y'all. Whatever, I don't give a fuck, bye. So she did not take him. She was considered Moses of the people. That's what they was calling her. So after her trips through the Underground Railroad, because she was a conductor for the Underground Railroad. So after all that, she decided to join the military. Why? I don't know. America just had you slaved up, and you want to go fight for your country? This is beyond me. However, she joined the military. She first joined the military as a nurse. So she was help rehabilitating the soldiers and whatnot. And then she was like, this is not enough. I need to get in the battlefield, bitch. So she became a spy. and she was actually the first African American woman to lead an armed raid mission. And from that specific mission, she freed around 300 slaves from her and her mission. So, like I said, she did free around 300 slaves to an extent. Like, it wasn't she went and grabbed 300 niggas and took them across the Underground Railroad. It was not like that. But she led a military raid that helped free 300 slaves. And during the course of her life, she remarried and she had a second husband, as she should. So she had a husband, but they lived their whole latter lives together. So after her time in the military, she just became a really strong advocate for women, refugees. She opened a house for women and the elderly to be able to take care of them. Kind of like a hospice, but not a hospice, because they weren't on the brink of death, but they were still like needed some assistance. Harriet Tubman died around 93. She had pneumonia, and she bought a piece of land. So it was her husband, and all her family, and she just died. She had a hard life, but when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.